to the We Love Wrestling spot. My name is Terry. I'm with Jinx from the Pretty Hill, and today we are with a model, a singer, a actress, a radio personality. More importantly, we're with a wrestler that you're going to hear about here in the coming weeks, coming years, coming months. Just put this name in your head. Her name is Leila Grey. How are you doing today, ma'am?
I'm doing great. I'm feeling great. Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you for coming on. The first question I always ask is, why do you love wrestling, or what started your love for wrestling?
Why do I love wrestling? I love wrestling because since I started wrestling, wrestling has changed my whole life completely. I revolve everything around wrestling now, and wrestling just it just gives me this feeling. I feel like a superhero. Like that's like the only way that I could describe it. I feel so powerful and badass and so strong, and it's just given me so much confidence, I would say.
Okay. Um, feel like a superhero. So when did you start watching wrestling?
Okay, so my wrestling story is pretty interesting. So I used to watch it as a kid when I like late 90s when Stone Cold and The Rock and China, Mankind, those are the people I remember from back then. So I watched it then with my I have a male cousin and he was into it. So I would watch it with him. Then throughout the years, I kind of stopped watching it. Just, I grew up, started doing other things, focusing on modeling, music. And then the past couple years, it's just kind of came back into my life. And, I just been thinking a lot about wrestling. And 2 years ago, I did a magazine cover. I was in the cover, and inside they had a questionnaire. And one of the questions was, what is something that a lot of people don't know about you? And in one of the questions I answered, what people don't know about me is that when I was little, I wanted to be a wrestler. And then I'm like, I still kind of do. And ever since that day, it just kind of stayed in my mind. And eventually I just kind of started looking up schools, and that's when I found Fighting Evolution Wrestling. And then it was a wrap after that.
All right. So Fighting Evolution Wrestling, that's the reason that you're here. You have a new show the season's premiering coming out October 31st on, what is it, Amazon, Apple TV, Roku streaming platforms. So tell us a little bit about Fighting Evolution Wrestling.
All right, Fighting Evolution Wrestling, we are the only promotion that is in Miami. And we do shows domestically and internationally. So right now we're doing the restart because they were doing this before the shows, and now this is kind of like the new generation of wrestlers. So I'm so honored to be a part of it. Our first show airs October 31st. And wait, what was the question again?
I just asked you to tell us about you. That it wasn't really a question, just
Okay. I'm like,
you're
wait.
good.
Anyway, so yeah, so our show is starting back up, and I get to be a part of it now, and I'm excited for everybody to watch it. We have a lot of great talent on it, great matches lined up. It's gonna be pretty interesting, and I'm excited to see what's gonna come out of this. You know, the few people that have followed us so far already interested. I've been seeing a lot of people in the comments interested and already subscribing to the YouTube channel. So it's gonna be a big deal for indie wrestling here, and especially in South Florida. That there's not that much independent wrestling in South Florida. Most of it is up north and so on.
Okay. Um, so is Fuse where you started training at, correct? So these
Yes,
would be your first matches?
yes. This is my debut match.
Oh,
So I've been working really hard,
okay.
and the moment is finally here.
Okay. So I have Jinx is here because Jinx is in Southern Miami and she was at the taping. So I thought it'd be good if she can just ask you some questions, not going into spoiling what's going to happen on the TV, just ask you some questions about how she saw your character there.
Okay.
So one of my, you all, the women's division is called the Flares. I love the play on the name, especially being that the logo is the flame.
Mhm.
Um, so within the women's division and the different characters that I've seen, we all know your background is modeling, acting, um, print. So what kept you in the image? Because your character is more like that sexy vixen type. To me, that's what I got from you. What
Yeah.
kept you in that realm versus changing your in-ring character versus your real life character, your real life personality? If that makes
So in my real life personality, I do work as a video vixen. I've done like a lot of music videos and stuff. So being sexy and stuff, that kind of comes natural to me. So so I wanted to just bring that into my persona, stay, kind of true to myself, because your character should always be an extension of you, you times 1,000. So I didn't want to act as somebody else. I want to act as myself. And I'm a bitch and I'm sexy. And, just use it to your advantage.
That
I'm a vicious vixen. I know how to be sexy and seductive, but I'm there to kick ass. I know what I want. I know what I'm there to win. I'm there to win that belt. And I'm going to do what I got to do to get it.
so. With that, you mentioned you're there to win that belt. Do you see yourself, and not to give away what's coming up? Do you see yourself as within the title picture coming soon?
I do. I do. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I think too highly of myself, but I see myself.
Oh, everybody can highlight
I
themselves.
see myself as one of the top in the Flares division, and I know that I'm gonna get that belt one day, very soon. Because that's my goal. That's what I'm aiming for. I've been working really hard. I'm gonna continue to work really hard, and now that we have the shows, now other people finally get to see all the hard work that I've been putting into it. Not even in the wrestling, but even in like my presentation, like my outfit. Like I put a lot of work and thought into designing that gear. I like to stand out. I like all eyes on me, and that's what I aim for. Yeah.
So within the division coming out right now, being that your date October 31st will be your debut match that's airing. Who do you see going within the Flares division is going to be or is right now in your mind your biggest competition?
My biggest competition. Actually, my first match will air November 7th.
Okay.
Yeah. F.E.W. their debut show will air
The 31st.
31st, yes, but I'm in the following show. Okay, so right now my biggest competition, I don't know. I would say maybe huh?
I won't even say competition. I'm like that person that you see, you're going to have to really knock off their path to get to the path that you want to go.
Okay. I would say Kaya Dream. Kaya Dream, she has a good fan base and a good support system. She's also very talented in the ring, and I know a lot of people are rooting for her and stuff. So I definitely see her as somebody that I gotta get out of my way. Yeah, I would say Kai Dream. I would say Kai Dream, and I am looking forward to working her.
From what I've seen this past weekend, definitely looking forward to seeing more come out of that. I think that'll be that's a good storyline that's going to have to come out of that.
Yes, I'm excited, and she's a member of Culture Inc. So that's pretty interesting too. She got her boys with her.
Yeah. So we talked about your character. We talked about what you see your future being. We talked about who you feel like you need to move on over. out the way. We know that's Kaya's dream. So your ultimate goal overall, where your ultimate goal overall?
Well, short-term goals is to take over F.E.W. You know, I want to be the top. I want to be, you know, the name that everybody mentions when they mention Fighting Evolution Wrestling. So I would say that's short-term, you know, get that belt. Long-term, obviously, I would want to get signed to a major promotion. You know, I hope to go to WWE one day or AEW and be able to have a bigger platform to use to my advantage. You know, I want to influence people. I want to be a role model. I want to inspire people. And since I started wrestling, I have been getting a lot of great messages from people that I know back home. Just a lot of support and love. People are really proud of what I'm doing and how I'm progressing. So yeah, my goal is to be the best that I can be in the industry. I want to be a superstar. I want everybody to know my name. I want to see how far I can take this dream. I've been working really hard for it. So I want to see my hard work pay off.
Okay. You got anything, Terry?
Yeah, we gonna be watching you. She wants to see your hard work pay off. So let's talk about your wrestling then. Do you have a finisher?
Do I have a finisher? Yes, I do have a finisher.
What's the I'm trying to find out about the character. So what's the name of your finisher?
It's Gray Matter.
Gray Matter goes with the name. Okay.
That's what I leave you as a splat on the ground.
Okay.
some gray matter.
That's just escalated real quick, but let's talk about it. Gray Matter. What type of move is this? Because I'm waiting for the debut. Do you do the Gray Matter in the debut, or do we have to wait to see it?
You have to wait to see. I can't give it away yet. I cannot give it away yet.
That's hurtful. So you said you're vicious. See
you.
your
If you want a little idea, just a little tiny spoiler. Think Triple H modified. Yeah.
Hey.
A little something like that.
I got an idea.
Yeah, if you want me to paint a little picture for you.
I got an idea what it could be. I'm excited to see gray matter people leave you splatted on the ground. You know what gray matter is. Don't act like you don't. I'm excited for that. So let's see. Your ultimate goal is to get to WWE, AEW. So I usually ask people if you could pick 3 to 5 people that you wanted to face, even though you haven't had your debut match. So if you could pick 3 or 5 wrestlers right now that you wanted to face as you keep progressing and everything, do you have a list or?
Like any wrestlers?
Anybody. It could be anybody.
Past, present, future.
Past, present, future. Okay. Well, present in WWE, Sasha Banks, because she's another boss. So this would be, 2 bosses facing off. That would be interesting. Okay. I would like to have a match with Red Velvet. Red Velvet is great. She's doing her thing. She's making a name for herself. Definitely her. Let's see. Somebody from back then. Trish Stratus, because she was the ultimate diva. She's a legend.
Okay.
If it could be somebody dead, I would say China. Okay. China was like a major inspiration when I was young. I just used to look at her with her big, strong muscles and just so inspiring. I'm like, damn, that's so powerful. A woman doing this. And she used to compete with the men. So let's see. Another female that I would like to face off with. Nikki Bella, if she ever comes back. I used to love the Bella twins.
Okay. I support the twins, you know.
Yes, support the twins.
All right. That's a good list of 5 people she got there. Jinx, what you think?
It is. It would be. I would definitely pay to see the Sasha Layla Grey match. I'll be there front and center, front row for it. That'd be. I think, like you say, both of y'all are bosses, and I think it seeing her in the ring, seeing you in the ring, I think you all will gel well together and put on an excellent match for the fans.
Yeah, that would be exciting.
But that China one would definitely. I think that'll that'll do it for me. I think every little girl grew up probably loved China, and China will be a good one also.
Yes, China was that bee. She was
Fire,
that woman.
fire moment. I'm going to throw out 3 questions. I'm going to find out your wrestling history. Just pick one. The Rock or Stone Cold?
The Rock.
Trish or Lita?
Trish.
Becky or Charlotte?
Becky.
Okay. I have no rhyme or reason for those 3 questions. I just asked them randomly.
Yes. The Rock is just electrifying. He's someone that everybody should watch because, in this business, it's not just about your skills as a wrestler. You have to be an entertainer. You have to captivate the audience. And The Rock is like the person that you think of. He just steps out. He doesn't have to say one word. He just raises his eyebrow and the crowd goes nuts. So I'm trying to have that presence that The Rock has.
Facts. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Jinx, do you have any more questions for the future Flair Division champion?
Not at the moment. I think I'm good for now. Of course, I'll see her Sunday, so something will come up. I know you wish you were here. I got you November. I'm gonna bring you in November.
Why? Where you at?
Me, I'm in Indianapolis. I'm in the Midwest. Everything I do is from the Midwest. People think I'm on the East Coast in different places, but we just in the Midwest doing all this. But we did see TV tapings for November 14th and 15th. Slight plug, Red Velvet, who you want to face, is in a Diamonds Cup tournament on November 13th in Tampa. And I will be there. So we may come through on the 14th or the 15th just to check out the tapings, put the face into place, take some pictures, promote it. So we'll see what happens.
There's a lot of good women on that card.
A lot of good women. This is what we call the put yourself over moment, where you put over your social media, anything the people should know, anything you have coming up, anything you want the people to go to buy your merch, support you, all that. This is your time to let us know.
All right, guys, please follow me on Instagram. My name is Miss Leila Grey. That's MISS_Leila Grey, LEILAGREY. Come follow me. I am the future of F.E.W, the future Flair's champion, and hopefully future WWE Women's Champion one day. Follow me. I have a lot of interesting things coming. Follow Fighting Evolution Wrestling TV on YouTube as well. There you'll be able to catch our shows, our weekly shows. They will be airing every Saturday at 6 p.m. starting on October 31st. So follow me, guys, and stay tuned.
Stay tuned. We're talking to a future Flair champion, a future WWE champion. We're not going to say hopefully. She put it out there in the universe, so it will happen.
Putting it out there for everybody to hear.
A future.
I'm the unstoppable danger, the vicious vixen, and I'm going to do what I said I'm going to do. So hopefully in 2 years from now, we can come back to this interview and you see that I had checked off the things I said I was going to do.
All right. Let's Your match airs November 7th. So that next week, let's come back and talk about your match. Who do you that's when you said your match airs, right?
Yes,
You want to come back so we can talk about the match?
I would love to come back so we can talk about the match.
Hey, we got Leila Grey coming back. Hey, it's lit. Just like the Flares division, it's lit.
It's
But
lit, baby.
thank you for coming on. Jinx from the Pretty Hills joined us on this. This is Miss Leila Grey. Like she said, look out for her on the Few Fighting Evolution Wrestling. It'll be on October 31st, 6 p.m. worldwide. Watch it on YouTube, watch it on Apple TV, watch it on Amazon, watch it on Roku. Detroit, LA, they got channels for you also. I think it's TV 33 in Detroit, LA. I don't know your channel because I'm in the Midwest. But this is Terry with We Love Wrestling. As I always say, wait, before we even do that, Layla, you have our continued support. We here with you from day one. So when you
Always.
get big, don't forget about us. We won't forget about you. We'll put all your stuff out to the world so they can see it when it goes through. That's what we do because we love wrestling.
Thank you so
Always.
much. Thank you for having me. Had a lot of fun. Thank you for chatting with me and taking the time to getting to know me.
No,
And I look forward to speaking with you guys.
no problem. Don't leave yet. But here's our closing. Like I always say, if I love wrestling and you love wrestling, then we love wrestling. It's too sweet for the culture.